Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donuts Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Good morning, everybody. It's go time, Mrs. Groom. Welcome. You are listening. If you're on 89.5, you're listening to Tiger Talk right now. Run by the kids for the kids. However, the kids are on a little.
They're on a remote.
Yeah. What's going on? We got our number
It's
one
STEM
producer
week.
here. It's STEM week. Okay.
So the
Mrs. Groom,
superintendent-
stop messing with my volume here.
Superintendent doesn't ask for much, so he asked to be on the road. They're at the Gas and Electric.
Okay. Nice.
Let's see if I get real fancy. Watch, we can take a peek up there.
That's cool.
Let's do a look in on what's going on up there.
We got these new controllers here, Pete. Mrs. Groom keeps. Now you're messing with
Because you're
them.
blowing my ears off.
Well,
All right, you got to turn it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Every time I go
Which one's
to,
yours?
he's...
That one.
All right,
working?
here's what's going on up at the Gas and
Oh,
Electric.
there they are.
That's
Shaking
up
hands,
at the
kissing
G.
babies.
Look how nicely
They're,
parked those vehicles
they're getting
are.
ready up there. They're getting ready to host the students up there.
Mr. Groom, go ahead and fool around till you find yours that's working. I don't know which
Is
button
yours
it is.
working okay?
Well, yeah, it's fine. So you listen to Tiger Talk. It's live. It's 8:06 a.m. We are everything and anything Westfield Tech Academy, and run by the kids for the kids. And we got a great show today. Boy, Mrs. Groom, I love your bracelet. You look great
Oh,
today.
thank you.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm much better today.
Are you? You have a busy weekend and
Yeah,
week?
It's been a busy couple weeks.
It has been a busy
Yes.
couple weeks. Well, it's good to see you.
Thank
you look
you.
ravishing
Oh,
as
thank
usual.
you.
And we're super happy to have you on the show. We have a lot going on. I know you wanted to handle Miss Pete. We're trying to give Mrs. Groom more of control of the show because when I get off the show, she's like, "You did this, you did that, you blah blah blah." So I said, "You know what, Mrs.
It's always
Groom?
good to be a partnership.
Yeah." So I'm gonna
You guys
say,
have good chemistry as it is. It's good to be a partnership.
Oh, I've never heard
thank
that
you.
before.
You do have
Thank
good
you.
chemistry because you couldn't host a show for that long and
That is true.
not have
Yeah.
good chemistry.
Yeah.
I know, and you know what? The people like it. As if you see the ratings, Pete, as the number one show on WSKB, I know Bobby G doesn't like to hear that.
Did you hear Bobby's dedication
he
to you
had
this morning?
such a great crossover. I
Yeah.
love that. That song was great.
Night Ranger, Night Rider,
Night Ranger.
Ranger.
Night Ranger. There's only one. Isn't Sister Christian Night Ranger?
Yeah.
No, well,
Well, that's not the
this
only
is another
song
minor
they
hit
do.
for them. That was
Yeah.
a top 40 hit.
This song I really like.
You did? Don't tell me you love me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Really like.
Anyway,
and it was dedicated to you, Mr. Daly.
I know. But hey, listen, thank you to all our listeners, all the hundreds of listeners we have listening and watching up on YouTube. If you can't catch it, if you missed the show, you're hearing us a little bit, just go up to WSKB Radio on YouTube, scroll down till you find Tiger Talk, boom, there we are, live. If you're wondering how great Mrs. Groom looks, you can tune in and watch it.
Oh, gosh.
We're doing good. We've been having some good shows.
We have. We have
Some
great
good guests. Today's no different. We have. I'm going to tease it a little bit, but we do have our Allied Health Department coming on today. So,
That's great.
and then we'll talk about the other thing that's going on. But there's some big news today. What is going on, Mrs. Groom? Tonight?
Tonight is open house.
Open house
Finally,
tonight.
you've heard about
Yes.
it all time
Studio
we've been
120 will be open.
Yeah, everything is going to be open to the public today. So if you are curious about Westfield Tech Academy, aka Old School Westfield Voc, go ahead and you're just,
Am I still affecting you?
no, I don't know. I just don't like when you're touching buttons. You don't know what you're turning. So we need a lesson.
Kenny
over here.
Kenny needs to label things a
Yeah.
little better.
So,
but now we have the capability of doing all 6 headphones for all 6 microphones.
That's
now.
pretty cool.
It is very cool
It is
looking.
good.
It's just that
And you
It's
see our-
new.
and
every
be-
time Kevin speaks, I am like
if
blown
you're
out.
Well,
if
he's
you're
a
watching,
little loud. I turned him down a little.
Oh, good.
thank
If you're
you.
watching the show on Channel 15, WCPC, the Westfield Xfinity channel, check out the foliage behind us, huh?
I know.
It's like a box of crayons. It's it's
And
beautiful.
it's from your own camera.
Yeah, that's our camera in the
Right.
cupola. So that's Smith
Yeah.
Ave right there. A little, so you can see what's going on if you're interested.
go.
in
yeah.
I'll take the white
Oh, I
shirt.
like that. Yeah.
I see
crazy
that
weather.
empty
You
parking
can see your
space.
car from here.
Yeah. Which, if my car was here, I would see
Yeah.
it parked right there. But it's not.
The brand new Volvo. Every other week she gets
Apparently,
a new
in the
car.
wintertime, we'll be able to see the bottom of the sledding hill.
Oh, that'll be cool. We'll, the kids going into the street almost dying by traffic. Anyway, so listen, we have open house tonight, 6 to 7:30. If you are interested in everything that's going on or anything
Right.
that's going on, stop by. It's open to anybody. If you graduated in 1948 from here, or whatever year we started, what year was it? We had the 30s, I think it was.
I think so. You have
Oh, that was upstairs,
whole
yeah.
thing upstairs. Yeah.
Anyway, we have anybody, former graduates here, prospective students. That's the ones we really want to come.
Right.
7th and 8th graders. We went to the middle school 2 weeks ago and gave a presentation and tried to talk to them, pump them up about all the great things we have to offer. Middle school has been great. That's pretty much it's a show off for us.
Yeah.
You and I will be at the front door.
We will.
Greeting and
Yes.
are we passing out maps and stuff and
We
doing all
have
that?
maps to pass out.
Yeah.
Sure do.
But it's just walk around and check out what you like. And all the 11 shops will be available
11.
to view.
Well,
as well as all,
yeah.
as well as all the academic teachers there too. So
Yeah.
please stop by anytime. If you can't make it at 6, come at 6:30.
Right.
We will be closing the doors down at 7:30.
30, yes.
So that we hope that you're out of here by then.
Right.
This is a
we
long
really
day
wanna-
for us.
Yes,
And
very
you.
long.
I want you off your feet. I'm going to make sure you have a nice chair.
A stool
so
or
your feet
something?
don't get tired and sore. Okay?
Go up
I
to Allied
appreciate
Health
that.
and grab a wheelchair.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get you a bed, the adjustable bed. Yeah.
That would be so much fun.
So that's awesome tonight, 6 to 7:30. Please stop by anytime. We're looking forward to that. It's a good recruitment method.
Yeah.
That's our first step to recruiting, and trying to get the kids just to see what's going on. And
Right.
With our freshmen, Mrs. Groom, what's going on with all our freshmen? Speaking of recruiting,
Yeah, this is
what's going on with
their
them?
first week in 1 week. And we spent a lot of time together last week.
Who, you and I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
And so,
It's pretty cool, huh? Spending time with me like that.
oh, yeah. And
So let's talk about that. So
Yeah.
the kids, we have 151 students, and they all give us their top. They go through all 11 shops for one day, and then they have to give us a list of their favorite 6.
Correct.
And we promise them they get their first 2.
Yes.
And pretty much 99% of them got their first 3.
That's right.
And then we go down from there. So what we do is there's no computer program for it. We have to go through and say, we give every kid their first choice. Then we go back to the pile and then give every kid their second choice. That we know we guarantee it.
Yep.
And each shop is different because they can, state law mandates how many kids they can have per instructor per shop. So it's anywhere from 14 to 18.
Right.
Right? So we have to go through and schedule that way. And what happens is they get filled up. And once we get to 14, for instance, we can't put any more kids in there.
Right.
So sometimes your third choice is not open because so many kids chose
Right.
a shop for their first choice.
Yeah.
So it's done I think it's done extremely
We
fair.
have gotten it down to
In the past, I won't
science.
tell you the methods in the past, but when I first got here 13 years ago, it was sort of a free for all. And you would schedule one kid and at a time, and you would end that poor kid at the end of the pile, whether it was alphabetical or not, would possibly not
Yeah.
get some of his choices.
Yeah.
So we guarantee every kid gets their first and second choice. 99% of the kids get their third choice, and I would say even like 85 to 80 to 85%. We should do that.
I know.
How many got their fourth and
And-
fifth choices?
And we can do that. We
can.
have all the data. So
Yeah,
we can
I'm
do
very good on a spreadsheet and manipulating the data. So, and then you come along for the ride with me. I like it. You know, put your name on everything I do.
Just like I do on the show.
Yeah.
And
Put your name on it. Yeah, I do that.
yeah.
And whatever.
Right.
It's a good team, though. It's teamwork. 50-50. So,
right.
I'm gonna start playing sound effects, going the Stone Cold, going what every time you do that, because I'm not buying it.
I know. I don't. But you shouldn't buy it because there's some of us over in this party of two that does a lot.
But
a lot.
I like the behind the scenes. That's
You're like me,
Yeah, and yes, exactly.
just
And-
quietly getting things done.
Right, and
Pete, the
he
bottom
has to
line.
be the face of admissions and
the
all
bottom line.
Well, you have to
is-
have a front face, right? You gotta have the guy that's the face of the place.
That. Yep.
And then you gotta have a person that does the the foundational stuff.
Correct.
Pete,
That's why
it's
we
just-
work.
I got it worked out, man.
Yeah, it's like Listen, I do the same thing moving on. Let's go on to a different topic. Yeah. Now you know.
Of the story.
Oh, good day. That guy, what's his name? Paul Harvey?
Paul Harvey.
Yeah.
Paul Harvey, good day. I like the end. He had a little story at the end, a little anecdotal story.
The rest of the story.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I
Now Mike Rowe does it, and it's called
He does?
The Way I Heard It.
Mike Rowe is super advocate of tech
Yes,
schools.
that's why I
so-
brought it up.
Dirty Jobs guy.
Yeah, Dirty
Yeah.
Jobs guy.
Mike
Anyway,
Rowe works.
Yeah, it's awesome. So that's good. The guy, Paul Harvey's funny.
There you go.
So listen, let's do this, Pete. I'm done listening to Mrs. Groom blabber here. We'll talk about what's going on later on. We have the restaurant talk a little bit, even though we had it open yesterday.
Right.
They're
we have
catering
some-
today, right?
They
we have
are.
yeah, they
I
have some
think
catering
it-
stuff.
yeah,
I
they
think might be at
are.
the Gas Electric.
Yeah, that's
co-op
where they
stuff.
are.
Yeah.
But let's do this, Pete. Let's go to a quick commercial. Let's bring the Allied crew in, and let's talk about what they did this week, which is super exciting and cool. So,
Are we doing a quick break or a full song?
Want to do a song?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
get
do a
plenty.
song.
Let's
It's
do a song, and we'll be
themed
back with a little
music
Tiger
this
Talk.
week.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay. Close the blinds, let's pretend that the time has changed. Keep our clothes on the floor, open up champagne. Let's continue tonight, come on, celebrate. That's how we do. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we are back to Tiger Talk Live. It's October 24th, 2024, 8:20 a.m. If you're listening in your car, driving down, loving the show, the number one show on WSKP. Pete, why don't we have a commercial that like Bob Plass has for Weekend Westfield?
I've been telling you to come down here and record one for 2 years.
What do you think?
Oh.
We should get one.
You need to record one.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a change going on because I just got some word from the FCC that it looks like we at least got a timeshare agreement to have a FM transmitter on this location.
Wow.
We've been working.
So we're
that,
gonna have a radio.
we?
So we're gonna have a radio station here at the.
We're definitely
WTA.
gonna need a commercial then.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm gonna rebrand. I have to rebrand because we're changing frequencies and things like that. So.
All right.
Got
Well,
some work
I
to
just
do.
learned 89.5, but okay, we'll figure
We
it
have
out.
our cheat sheet.
Well, the other one's a
Sure.
0.5 too, so
Oh, whoa.
it'll be 107.5.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
All right, so listen, we just talked about open houses tonight, so make sure you get here 6 to 7:30. I'm going to keep
Right.
mentioning that every time we come back.
well, the music is themed today.
Yes, little Flow Rida. Who picked the music today?
Well, that song was my choice. I wanted it for today.
Yes.
But then we kept going with the theme.
Yeah, a lot of open house themes today. House themes today. If you're
It's
tuning
open
in.
house.
Yeah.
Our
So
house.
we have a bunch of awesome guests on this segment right now.
We do.
Yeah, it's we have Mrs. B, Mrs. Balarjan.
Thank you. Good
Not-
morning.
Finally got it right. Oh, my
Perfect.
God.
Don't even say anything.
Just
Great.
in time.
Perfect.
Just in
Yes.
time
Great.
for her to. Yeah, it's yeah. So listen, Mrs. B, we go, Mrs. B. We had a really awesome thing happen this week. We've never done this before, which is great. You worked very hard with that, so congratulations
Thank
on
you.
it. It turned
Thank
out
you.
well. Many emails from Mrs. B, and her emails are not short, Mrs. Groom. They are
Detailed.
Detailed.
I did want to be a writer,
Yeah. Well.
so I
Yeah,
have time.
it shows. It shows in your email. Have you guys ever got an email from Mrs. B before?
Yes.
Do you notice how lengthy they are sometimes?
Yep.
So anyway, not that I'm complaining. I love them. So, Mrs. B, what happened this week? First of all, tell us what happened this week, and also I want you to introduce who we have on the show to talk about what we did this week as well. Whatever way you want to do it.
Sure. So this week we had a big healthcare career fair here at the school on Tuesday, the 22nd. It wasn't just a career exploration or expo, it was also a job fair. The kids were exposed to 13 different business and industry leaders here, along with some representatives of other careers. We had the lab, the fire department, and we also had the colleges here. And I'll let the students talk about their experience with that.
Yeah.
And it was 9 to 11. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very good.
It was nice. We had tables set up. You did a nice job decorating the tables. Did you use? What did you use for tablecloths? Were they blankets?
Most people.
You know, I was like, are they bed blankets? What were those?
Yeah, some of them were bedspread.
Yeah.
They were nice, but
It looked good. Yeah, it looked nice.
yeah, a lot of the industry brought their own.
They brought their own stuff. Yeah.
stuff to go over.
So we actually shut down the hallway near Allied Health and
Yeah.
basically had 13
yeah.
companies. I'll blow them out. I'll read them too, so we can give them credit for being here. Basically, it was a job fair, kind of mini job fair
Yep.
for all the kids to be exposed to opportunities. What made you want to do this? Because we haven't done this in the past.
We have 13 great certified nurse assistants. They're all seniors
Yeah.
in the high school. They got their CNA end of their junior year, and just looking to provide the opportunity for the kids so that they can be successful, get a career of their choice, and see what's available out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard. You're going on Indeed and you look, and not everybody's advertising.
Right.
So we made sure that the industry that was coming, the businesses, that even if they weren't hiring at this time, to come and share what kind of job opportunities they were, that they had available. There were other things, PCT our students can do, patient care technician at the hospital level. They were hiring like dietary aides service in some of the assisted living. So just different careers that they could also do besides the certified nurse assistant.
Why don't we talk to the kids for a second and see what let's say who you are, introduce yourself, and you're all seniors, right? So we know that. Introduce yourself and tell us I don't know, what do you want to do next year?
I'm Chris, and as for my plans next year, I'm planning on just going to college.
Chris, last name?
Oh, Chris Ethier.
Yes, Chris, yes. Thinking about college next year.
Yeah.
Possibly still stay in the medical field, or you're not sure yet?
Probably not.
Okay.
To be honest.
Yeah. All right, then who we got?
Caitlin Hall. I'm interested in going to college, using STIC, transferring maybe to Westfield State afterwards.
Yep.
Because free college.
Yeah.
I am interested in nursing, but there's still so many things in healthcare that I still have to be exposed to. But nursing is one of like the options that I'm going for.
Yeah, I'm Melanie Sapanik, and I also want to go to college afterwards for nursing. My long-term goal is wanting to be a NICU nurse, so that's always kind of been what I wanted to do, but we'll see how it goes for clinicals during nursing school and see if I end up changing my mind.
That is a tough one. I don't know how you like the babies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
They tug at your heartstrings.
Well,
and you don't like that.
My nephew was in that after he was born, and my I think my oldest went in for a quick minute, and it's just.
Yeah.
Well, my nephew, his lungs didn't develop. That's one of the last things to go.
Yeah.
And he wasn't quite there yet, so he had to be on like I don't know if it was a respirator. Yeah, right. But anyway, he was in there.
Yeah.
You had to get all. It was very depressing.
It's a tough one.
It wasn't good.
Usually they'll stay in, say, if you're 7 months pregnant and you deliver at 7 months, they'll stay in for the 2 months longer, or 4 or 5
But I
hours.
will say that the nurses I had during all 3 kids were amazing people. Like I remember the names of all of them, so it was pretty cool. So tell us about Chris. Tell us about the fair. Like what was cool about it? What did you like?
Personally, I just liked being able to talk to so many people and actually get some like leads.
Yeah.
Where to get a job.
Yeah.
Being able to actually talk to people instead of just applying online and hoping for the best.
Yeah, face-to-face makes a difference, right? And I think in our society, we've gotten to the point where we use phones a lot, right? We don't have the conversations we used to have. Right. And to see people face-to-face, I saw the fire department there, and it's like that's another avenue that maybe you don't think of as an opportunity for you, but with your medical background, it makes sense, right?
And the fire department has offered our students some internships, so Lucas Stefanik will be doing like a 3-week internship there, and then some kids want to just do a 1-week internship over at the fire department to see.
Let me say who was here, because I know you gave me a list and I want to give them credit for coming here. Bay State was here, Bay State Medical, Holyoke Health Center, Western Mass Hospital, the Veterans Home of Holyoke, which used to be the Holyoke Soldiers Home. I didn't know they changed the name of that.
Yeah.
They did. Okay. Armbrook Village Assisted Living, Arbor's Assisted Living, Vantage Rehab and Skilled Nursing Facility, Westfield Gardens. What's the Westfield Gardens? Is that the old...
It used to be Renaissance Manor.
Renaissance Manor, right. Okay. Hilltown Community Health Center, O'Connell Care at Home, Bay State Health Systems Labs, Westfield Fire Department, as we talked about, Westfield State University Healthcare Career Navigator, and Springfield Community College Nursing Allied Health. So we had a lot of potential contacts there. Yes. Girls, did you make any contacts there? Did you get any leads for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you have? Or what did you like? Who did you enjoy talking to?
I like talking to all of them because I like talk to every single table. I really like talking to the fire department, and then also having the Springfield Community College the representative, and then the Westfield State was really good too because she explained a lot more. We did have meeting here, like for stick, and that lady was really good too. But then I was able to talk to the other girl face to face,
Right.
so I was able to get a lot more
Nice.
information.
How about you?
Yeah, when I talked to the Westfield State lady, I let her know that I was applying, and I asked like, oh, is there a way that I can get into the nursing program, or like what they prefer, or whatever. And then she also stated that they had, from the past couple years, 100% pass rate for their NCLEX test. So I thought that was very interesting, and like it motivated me more.
I'm going to ask this for Mrs. Groom. NCLEX, because she doesn't know what that means. What is NCLEX?
That's the board test for nursing.
Is it? Yeah.
The state boards.
Awesome. Yeah. And that is, so it must be, not Mrs. B, the college connection must have been a good thing to
yeah, it was great for them to be there, and
Yeah.
the students to talk one-on-one with them, and the Emily Sicoli said this is one of her most favorite events because the students are actually interested, and they asked great questions,
Right.
and she would love to come again, and she
Nice.
offered to come back, and the kids are going to do a explore of the simulation lab over at Sticks.
Oh, really?
They can
Wow.
see all the different careers over there too. So we'll be taking a little field trip
Very
over to the
cool.
college.
You got anything, Mrs. Groom?
Well, unfortunately, I missed it because I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I was actually at Noble Hospital.
Oh.
So I missed it. So,
Yeah.
but
To
I
see
heard
my
nothing but
graduates
good-
over there.
I wouldn't know. We were in the ER, but
That's where they're working.
Everything, and we
Yeah,
had
it's
an excellent.
You're going to drop a
experience.
bomb like that? You
What?
were at the ER, but everything's good.
Everything's good.
Yeah, okay.
Everything's
Yeah.
good. We
Yeah.
had the best care.
Oh, good.
My husband and I. Yeah,
Yeah.
my husband.
Well,
I was just there
yeah.
along for the
So,
ride.
so we have this 2 hours, right? They all came in.
Yes.
Thank you to Culinary as
Yes,
well, right?
we provided lunch for them.
Which was
Oh, how
awesome.
nice.
So
I
yeah,
may have snagged a wrap as I walked by quite
That's
quickly.
That
fine.
does
Thank
not
you.
surprise any of us at this table.
Well, I was trying to be supportive of the program, and
That's-
if there's food there, why
Right.
don't I just try it to make sure? I didn't want it to go to waste, right? We don't want to throw food out.
Absolutely.
Overall, kids, a good experience. Chris, would you as a graduate next year, would you tell Mrs. B like, hey, you should do this again?
Yeah, I think it was really good
Yeah.
to just be able to talk to people like that.
Now, last year you did not do this, correct?
no, we did not.
Yeah. Okay. What's any suggestions for Mrs. B to ramp it up a little bit? Any ideas for her? Because you gals are going to want to stay in the industry. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great start, and
Yeah.
it was very nice for us to be able to, we all had thoughts of where we wanted to go for
Yeah.
co-op and stuff, but we had questions, so this helped us, ask them questions and determine where we wanted to actually go.
Yeah, and you mentioned co-op, which is perfect because in the end, if you want to stay in the medical field, this is a great opportunity. And one of the things that we struggle with sometimes is finding the employer, particularly in Allied, because
Right.
there's a lot of restrictions in the medical field as far
Yes.
as HIPAA.
Yep,
Is it
and-
HIPAA or FERPA or both?
It's HIPAA.
It's HIPAA. So it's tough to get kids, high school kids that aren't 18 yet, to get into these facilities that are very strict about policies and things like that. So I think having some companies come in and make some face-to-face, and maybe they didn't realize that we have such good kids to turn out.
They were so impressed.
Were they?
We've got emails thanking us for
Yeah.
having them
Nice.
be here, and they're eagerly awaiting for applications to come in. And
Yeah.
some of the applications are very lengthy.
Yeah.
They can do them online, or they did hand out some paper applications too,
Right.
but they're like 4 or 5 pages
Yeah.
long. But yeah, it's very, very exciting for the kids.
Yeah,
And-
it's worth it filling out if this leads to a career, and you might get into, I don't know, a medical field, and they might even offer to pay for some of the college for you, if you're working out great. So that's awesome. What's the plans? How many kids do we have as seniors, Mrs. B? How's the program looking?
We have the 13
13 total.
CNA.
How many
Yep.
juniors?
We
know?
You're funny. We have 5 juniors.
Yeah.
We have 7 sophomores.
There you go.
And we're exploring 7 freshmen.
Yeah.
The freshmen were able to come by and see the different careers also.
Yeah.
So they really enjoyed the career fair. The fire department has been in
Yeah.
also to do a little presentation for them.
What you talk about the numbers in her shop, and it fluctuates. It's very Allied is a unique situation because the kids that come here, I don't know what you guys were like when you were freshmen, but a lot of the kids when they come here, they know they want allied health, right? And allied health, if you want to get into nursing or medical field or whatever it is, you know that. A lot of the kids know that when they come here, right? The problem is with allied, the catch-22 is there's not a lot of sister shops that sort of mirror them, right? So when they're that second choice, that third choice, whereas I'll give you an easy example, like sometimes construction and electrical go hand in hand, right? So a kid might want electrical, but he also might like construction. Maybe he likes auto tech or something like that. The more hands-on, gritty kind of shop, right? When you come in just wanting allied, there's not another second choice or third choice with that. So what happens with allied kids is you might get a class of 13, 14 one year, and then you might only get 7, 8, 9 kids that, 5, 6, whatever, that might want it, or they might get in there and be like, you know what, this isn't for me. And we don't want that. We don't want a kid to go through 4 years that is bored and doesn't want it. And, it doesn't mean you have to. Like Chris is not going to end up going in that field, but good experience. And there's a lot of things he's learned, I'm sure. But it's a tough one. And that's why when people hear like, oh, why is there such discrepancy in numbers? Well, it's because it's a unique field, right?
Yes, it is. We do offer extra now, besides just the certified nurse assistant, where the seniors are presently working on EKG technician curriculum, and then they'll do certified medical administrative assistant after that if they're not all on co-op.
Yeah, it's good stuff to have. It's nice to know how to. We just had a situation yesterday where we needed a nurse. And for a blood pressure, now not for you, blood pressure.
Little wellness check.
And Mrs. B came, but we could have had a kid do the same thing.
Sure.
I like when they go around checking blood pressure. I'm always perfect.
I can't have him check my blood pressure.
No.
You would send me to the hospital.
All right, so listen. So great job. Way to participate. Good luck. Hopefully, if you're listening out there and you are in the medical industry and you're looking for employees,
right?
Reach out to us, 572-6533, or you could do m.balarjan. I can't spell.
It's like bail, like jail.
Bail.
B-A-I-L. And then the next word is large, so there are 2 L's in it. L-A-R-G-E. And the last word is on, so bail large on.
Bail large on.
Yep.
Bail large on.
Well
M.bail large on. If you're looking for
at schoolsofwestfield.org.
Schoolsofwestfield.org. Great job, guys. Thanks for coming on my show. It was impromptu. I ran in the classroom yesterday, and I was basically like, "Hey,"
he waved at me and said, "Come on."
We appreciate that you did this
But you guys are doing great. Super proud of you. Keep up the good work. And then if you're looking for some free ice cream, there's somebody here that likes to give it out. But I'm not going to tell you where. Yeah. All right, let's go to another song. You're listening to Tiger Talk.
Letting it all hang out.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to 89.5 FM WSKB Radio. This is Tiger Talk. I'm Brady LePage, a senior here at Westfield Technical Academy, and I'm joined by Mr. Daly and Mrs. Groom, your usual hosts on Tiger Talk, and also some of my fellow IT people, Mr. Grimsley, our program chair and instructor, and Wyatt Lee, who is a junior in our program.
See, I was going to say like rays of sunshine over downtown Westfield. Here are your hosts.
Oh,
Kevin Daly.
Brady, take a breath.
Well, I think Brady did pretty good right there.
I know
off
he
the
did.
cuff.
That's
He
a
was
good,
like,
that's a
hey,
good rejoiner.
Yeah, that was a good job, Brady. So Brady LePage, no stranger to the radio show, as you can tell. He's smooth. He's smooth like glass. We have our IT department on because we got a really cool thing going on. That's something that we do tremendous at. We excel at, and I wanted to bring him on because it's starting today. And I wanted to give them a shout out before they got going. A little motivation, a little pump up. You know what I mean, Brady? To get them motivated so that they bring home the gold this time. Not Skills USA. This is different. Mr. Grimsley, our lead teacher in IT, tell us what's going on today and how do we get into this and what is it all about?
So I'll remind everyone it's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So this is a good time for this to start. And Cyber Patriot is a competition we've been doing for about, I want to say 8 years now. And basically, it was something that was brought to us by the school committee. There was a former school committee member who approached us and had some contacts that were in cybersecurity industry and said that this is something that they thought we would be interested in. And since the first year, we have placed in the top 5 of the state every year. At least with one team. We send several teams to do this. It's all done remotely unless you get to the national competition, which we haven't gotten to yet. But basically what we're doing is Cyber Patriot is a competition that's run by the Air Force Association. So it's sponsored by the government. It's sponsored by a lot of big name security industry partners. And they are given scenarios on different things that could happen to computers or servers or networks, and they have to kind of discover what happened. It's almost like a post-apocalyptic setting. Something happened, and they have to recover everything, harden the system again, and kind of figure out some forensics questions on that might have some kind of connection to what happened to the system.
Now, Wyatt, what year are you?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Did you participate last year?
I did participate last year.
What was it? Was it difficult? What was it like?
I mean, there was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But it was pretty fun. It's nice to see like computers after this kind of thing happens, and not just preparing for something that you don't know what's going to happen.
Now, Mr. Grimsley, when does this? It's during the day. I mean, I know when it started. I remember Saturday morning trying. Remember we tried.
Yes, we've done a few different things, and we're actually testing some new stuff this year. We get a window of time. So the competition starts today for round 1, and it lasts until Sunday. And that gives all the teams a chance to figure out what works best for them. They have a 4-hour window of competition that they have to be active in. So you can pick any time you want from 9 a.m. today until, I want to say it's like 11 p.m. on Sunday. And you just have to work during those 4 hours. Once those 4 hours are over, your time is up. It used to be 6 hours. They've cut it down. I think that happened during COVID when they started doing remote testing for it. We've done it on Saturdays. We've done it during the school day. Today, we're actually splitting all the groups up into different days. So I have 2 teams competing during the day today. I have 1 team competing after school up until open house tonight. And then I have another team competing tomorrow during the day. So we have 4 total teams. There's four to five kids on each team, and they're all different grades.
Okay, so basically this is a national competition. They give you issues with the program that you guys have to find, right, Brady?
Yeah.
When you're with the group, are you allowed to communicate with each? Like, how does this? Obviously, they're not here to check on you. So how does that work? Because you've done it too as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's so you have a team of people.
Yeah.
Typically 4 or 5, at least in our shop, and it is very teamwork based. You have images of a computer, so a virtualization, and you have to go in and find the vulnerabilities. They don't give you a list of you have to go find this problem, this problem, this problem. You have to go look and see what is a vulnerability that's in there. You have to. It's kind of like a search and find. And there's standard things that we look for, that are industry best practices for security. Sometimes it's even just turning on a setting or a password or what we call local security policy for making sure that people have strong enough passwords. So we go in and we do that, and usually we try and have everybody take a look at each of the images. That way, if there's something I didn't catch, maybe Wyatt catches it, or vice versa.
Is there Wyatt, are there certain things that you're strong in that maybe Brady's not, and you guys know that ahead of time?
Yeah, there's definitely things like, for me, Linux I'm better than Brady in Linux, but there's things that I'll still miss.
Yeah.
And he'll still look it over. So
yeah, that's good. And how are you guys? You're on the same team?
They're on the same team this year.
We have 3 teams, Mr.
4
Grimsley?
teams.
4 teams.
4.
Okay.
Wow.
And you guys when do you start your competition?
We'll be today after school.
Oh, you're going after school today till open house. Okay, good. Obviously, if you get through, what is the level of scoring? How do we do this, Mr. Grimsley?
So the images are scored out of 100 points, and they have to find a certain number of vulnerabilities or problems and solve them, and they get that percentage score. Typically, there's also a topology design that they have to do, which is creating a network on paper, basically. So they have a program that they use called Packet Tracer, and they have to create a network topology based on the configuration that they're given. And then they have to do a quiz in the Cisco Networking Academy, which is something that we're a part of already. So they do have a lot of experience with that. Today, that's not happening because there's a maintenance issue with Cisco.
Okay, perfect.
So that actually cuts down our competition a lot because that's one whole person on the team who's usually trained to do that. So for this round, there's 2 images. They're both worth 100 points. So it's going to be a score out of 200 for every team, and the tiebreaker is time.
Yeah.
So whoever does it the fastest obviously goes ahead if they all get the high score.
Do all tech schools that have IT programs get involved with this? Or is this a voluntary thing, or can you see who you're competing against? I guess
you can see who's in the competition. There is a live scoreboard. We can actually have that in the school. People could watch that. They wouldn't really be that interesting, but yeah, we could see all the schools that are competing. We don't see their names on the scoreboard, but we can find out afterwards what their teams were. There's a lot of teams. It's I want to say there's like 6,000 teams around the country. It's high school, tech school, JROTC, middle schools have a competition.
Okay.
They're separated out from us. So there's an open division, a middle school division, and a military division.
Okay.
So the JROTC gets to their own competition as well. And then basically there's 4 rounds. So this is round 1, and then next month will be round 2. Those 2 scores get combined and they get placed in a tier. And then based on that, they compete against all the other teams in that tier.
Yeah.
So we could be platinum, we could be gold, we could be silver. We've been all of them.
Okay.
And we've had teams in all of them in a year at the same time. And the difference there is the 3rd round, the platinum tier gets like 4 images. The gold tier gets 3 images. And the silver gets 2.
Yeah.
So it's a difference in the difficulty.
Well, if you don't know about cybersecurity and you're wondering about what is the need for that, I mean, this is clearly something that is a growing concern for everybody. If you really want to know, go to the superintendent spotlight from a couple weeks ago, Brady was on, and
brain dump.
They had my head spinning. I mean, dark web,
You haven't stopped talking about.
I can't.
That since
It's
that
made me
show.
nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, when you guys, they got into Target's system via the thermostat. I remember. Brady? Yeah. I was like, oh boy. So security clearly is a huge issue. Mr. Grimsley, or you guys, demand in the industry for people like that? Is it?
I could tell you there's 1 million open jobs right now.
Really?
Wow. Yep.
It's not going away.
The job growth has gone up year over year. This has been happening since probably 2012.
Yeah.
There's so many jobs out there that in mass there's more jobs available than people licensed for those jobs with the security certifications.
Yeah. I'm sure the pay's pretty good too.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking. You two, why any next year as a senior? What are you looking to do? You continue on your IT path?
Yeah, next year I'm looking to continue on it and place better than I do this year.
Yeah. For the future, going to college? You thinking? Do you like the cybersecurity? You think you want to stick in that, or you think it's something else?
I definitely want to stick in cybersecurity.
Oh, you do?
I'm gonna have to go to college, unfortunately, but.
Well, it's okay. It'll be a good time. You'll like it.
Why it's interesting, his pathway that he's trying to pursue is actually red team hacking. So it's a person who works for a company to purposely try to break into it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really cool pathway. It's different than what we're doing with the Cyber Patriot. That's a blue team. So blue team is defense, red team is offense.
Yes.
So he kind of is seeing the blue side of it here, and he wants to kind of explore the other side of it.
He goes a little to the left, a little shifty, right? You're like, hey, I see possibly. Yeah. Brady, what's up with you? What are you thinking? What are you thinking after? I know you're a gold medal winner for homes and things, and you know what I mean, Internet of Things. What are you thinking next year or future-wise?
So post high school plan is four-year college, studying either cybersecurity or computer engineering, computer and electrical engineering, depending on what college I go to. And hopefully I'll get to swim in college too.
Yeah, that's it.
They have a team, and then from there on to career of IT.
Nice.
Probably a cybersecurity or network engineer, something along those lines.
He told me he's coming back to teach. I don't know what he's telling you.
Well, he might take over Tiger Talk. I know that. We're still waiting for Brady to come on with a nice segment about home security and home things.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I boost my internet at home?
Well, see,
I think
that's
a good question.
I think we'll do a Q&A. If we get a few questions, I can go.
You keep saying this.
I know.
Let's get it done.
I'll make it part of his grade. He'll show up.
Yes. Yeah. Guys, good luck today.
Yeah.
Good luck to the whole team. Obviously, Mr. Grimsley for the whole process. Hopefully, we score well and do well.
Yeah.
But I know we've always since we started this, you can tell that we keep getting progressively better and better and better at it, which is great. It's that. It's super exciting. When I've gone in, Mrs. Grimm, you haven't, but it's stressful. Right, Mr. I mean,
it is,
especially when
you can't talk to the kids.
No, you cannot talk to them. But it's cool. It's good. It's good teamwork. It teaches a lot of different things that you'll have to learn in life, and with working with people that sometimes you might think you get along with, sometimes you don't because they're. And you got to learn to deal with it because you're on the same team and things like that. But it's a great program. It's a great thing, and good luck. And we'll maybe after you guys get platinum. We'll get you guys on again and talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome. All right, let's. That's it for segment 2. Wait till you see what we have coming up next on Tiger Talk.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we are back. That was a quick one. No song there because we're on a time constraint.
Yeah.
We're starting the music already, It's sports time. Time is flying, huh, Mrs. Groom?
It is.
That is good.
Yeah.
That was a good group of kids.
Yes.
And cybersecurity, if you have a chance to look into that and get online and type in the cybersecurity competition, it's pretty cool.
So impressive. All our kids, all the time.
Every week. Oh my God! You said the same thing.
The
Only
same
a Coke.
thing.
So I want to talk about. Well, we mentioned co-op already. We can talk. We have over 30. We're up to like 35 kids out on co-op right now, which is good. You know the goal. What are we trying to get to?
100.
100. I think This Allied
give a little
career
push.
fair was good because
I was
we've had trouble getting in with certain places,
Right.
and I think that was extremely helpful. So kudos to Mrs. B and what she's trying to do and get the kids out. IT guys are killing it. Boys soccer, we're going to talk a little. So we got our boys here. We got Michael and Antonio. Hi, boys.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Daly?
Mikey, we missed you last week. How you doing, bro? You hanging in there?
Yeah, we're doing great now.
Okay, good. Good to have you back. And we got Antonio here. Antonio was a little lost without you, Mike. I'm not going to lie.
I feel like he did great, did he not?
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't, but I just, it's Antonio.
Guys.
He did great.
No, he did, but Michael said he didn't watch the show.
Oh,
you
well.
got to get
Hey, I was busy. I had a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a guy that goes before us who throws a lot of shade at this show. And, and we got to, he could, right, Mrs. Groom? Oh, no, you're not going
Not to me.
Oh,
Not to me.
just
He
to me.
doesn't.
Bobby G's great. I do like his songs, though. He does have good tunes.
Mm-hmm. He does.
Except the crossover today. It was a little tough. It was a man. Listen, I want to talk a little local sports here, boys, and then you can talk to us about what's going on across the country. But our boys soccer, 14-1-1. They just had a tie against McCann. I'm sure they weren't happy about that, but McCann's a tough team. So they're finishing up the season. They play. I think they're going to play Monday. They have 2 more games. They're TBDs. Like we don't know until the season's done. So they're going to play Monday, I think, hopefully at Yakima. Of course, they have the vocational tournament I think they qualified for, and that's where they play the top 4 vocational high schools in the state go head-to-head and play each other, and we usually do pretty well at that. So hopefully they're coming out there. Our girls soccer team, strong, 7-5-2. They are playing today against Franklin Tech. I believe is probably at 4 o'clock at Yakima, so that's cool. Our cross country has their final. I think it's Western Mass on Stanley Park again.
Okay.
So if you got nothing going on Sunday, and it's nice, I don't think it's going to be as warm as it was this week.
Disappointing.
But it'll be nice.
Yeah, we've been spoiled by this
We
incredible
have
weather.
been spoiled. Do you like this weather,
I
Mr.
love
Brown?
it.
You do?
It's cool enough, not too hot.
Yeah.
It's beautiful out.
I don't like the darkness in the morning. What's going on?
No.
Do we do the clocks pretty soon, guys? Are we moving them?
What are you talking about? What does that mean?
All right, Antonio.
November 2nd.
November 2nd. Okay. You haven't noticed it getting dark in the morning? When
A
you get
little
up to-
bit. I noticed that this morning. It was really dark.
yeah. And then we moved the clocks to make it lighter in the morning.
Yes.
But
Bring
dark,
back.
But then it becomes dark at 3 o'clock. So it's, I don't know. Whatever.
Are we getting
Fall
it
back.
ruins
No,
my farming.
Fall back, spring
It
forward.
ruins my farming. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And driving in the morning is tough.
Yeah. Well, when you trouble.
Especially with Franklin having every day a different.
The lines.
Yeah, every day.
I get
something
confused with all the lines now. There's so many
Crazy.
don't block the box and crosswalks
Yes.
and whatever. Anyway, guys, we got a couple
Sports
minutes.
time. Come on.
Antonio, what is going on? What are you going to talk to us about today in sports?
I mean, I got a whole lot here.
Go ahead, give us a little.
The NBA just opening up.
Yeah.
So Celtics, they won 132 to 109 against the Knicks.
Yep. Jay Tate was unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. They tied the NBA record of 3-pointers in a game with 29.
Yeah.
And they missed a whole lot trying to break
They
the
did
record.
miss a lot. Mike, you got anything about the Celts?
Nothing on the Celtics, but the Lakers,
What about the Lakes?
Hey, we got Bronny and LeBron playing together on the court.
Yep, father, son on the court at the same time. Bronny didn't do much, but he did get on the court with them.
Yeah.
The funny thing, tell us about the theory of the Celtics and the 3-pointers, because that's a big talk right now, Mrs. Groom.
I missed that.
Okay. There's a big, the Celtics team is going to say, yep, we're going to shoot threes. We're going to shoot a lot of them, and we're going to keep putting threes up.
Yeah.
And
All
we're
right.
gonna live and die by them.
All
and
right.
it seemed to work the first game, huh?
Let's keep track.
Yeah. And the Lakers. Okay, what else? Anything else, Antonio?
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole bunch. I got, Pacers, Pistons. Pacers beat the Pistons 115 to 109. Draymond Green got the first technical foul of the year.
Yeah, your boy, right, Sanchez? You like Draymond?
No.
Oh, you
no,
don't?
No, I'm a Celtics fan.
That was
No
Al
big
Rogers.
surprise there.
That's Al, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, Sanchez? Anything more NBA?
We got Magic on Heat. They went over them. They had a 116-97 victory. You know, it was they had it tight towards like the start in the first half, but then they lost it after that. So,
are you guys NBA guys? Like, do you follow it?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you guys do.
Yeah.
Do you play the video games?
Oh, 2K, yeah.
Oh, I did last year, but I spent like $600 on my 2K guy.
Yeah, no, I spend a lot of money on my 2K. Yeah.
How do you get $600 for? That's
just like
day.
They need to watch Coach Sutter. And
yeah, he should watch Sutter. All right, what's going on baseball wise? A big news here, right?
I mean, the Yankees finally went over the Guardians.
Yep.
They
Punched
clinched
it out.
yeah.
All those.
I don't know about it.
The great thing at this table is we're all Yankee fans.
No, not me.
Nope.
But if
we're
you
all
want
good.
But because you're gonna, it's either cheer for the Dodgers or the Yankees. And yes, the Yankees you don't like, but at least you respect them because they beat the Red Sox. So that's why you're gonna.
Or just watch the World Series, you know.
For a baseball.
Just
for
being baseball fan.
All right, tune in Friday for that. There's a good little thing on Netflix about the comeback of 2004. They've beaten that to like a dead horse, but we'll keep watching those things. We keep living on 2004.
Yeah.
So baseball's happening right now. You guys want to go quick to football before we get cut off to the
Yeah, we're
superintendent?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So last week, Antonio, you had one. Mikey, nobody picked for you. I had a tough week too.
Yeah, it was
Mrs.
bad.
Groom had 5.
I know.
Unbelievable. So she's doing well. She's going to fizzle out, so don't worry, guys. We'll go Thursday night here. Minnesota Rams, Antonio.
Minnesota Rams.
At the Rams.
Minnesota.
Okay. I'm going to go Minnesota, too. Mrs. Groom?
Minnesota.
Oh, God. She does everything we do. Sanchez?
Looks like we're all 4 going Minnesota for that game.
All right, and then let's go the Jets, Jets at the Patriots.
Go to me first, then you'll know.
Okay, go to you first.
I'm going to go to New England.
Wow.
I know.
Sticking with the home team.
No,
huh?
just looked at both teams.
Yep. Antonio?
I'm going Jets.
Uh-huh.
Got to stop going Patriots.
Sanchez?
Yeah, we're going New York on that one.
Okay, good. Let's go down to an afternoon game. Let's look at Dallas, San Francisco. That's always a big one.
Yeah,
Dallas is underperforming right now for sure. Mike, what do you got?
We're going to go San Fran on that one.
Okay. And then Mrs. Groom?
49ers.
Okay. I'm going to do the 49ers.
That's a tough one. I'm going 49ers.
Okay. And then Monday night, the Giants versus Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh's quarterback is back. Who's the quarterback for Pittsburgh,
Russell
guys?
Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Remember Russell Wilson, Mrs. Groom?
Yeah. No.
You don't. Who you got?
Russell Wilson.
Okay. I'm going to go with them, too. Antonio and me and Mrs. Groom.
I'm going to go with them, too.
Oh, copycat Groom. Yep. We're going to start calling you Sanchez.
I'm a Giants fan, but I'm going to go with the Steelers.
What?
Yeah.
Michael.
I don't know. I feel like they're going to underperform this game.
Hey, do we miss any big news for sports right now? I know you guys, we always cut you off. We're going to have you on next week more.
Okay.
Longer.
All right.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, you perfect? You thought it was
Maybe
perfect?
if we plan our show.
Yeah, no, I like that.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Is there any big news we missed?
I mean, we got NHL. The Capitals went over the Flyers yesterday.
You did want to talk
and
about that.
the day before that, they had a 2-day series.
Hockey talk. Mr. Groom likes hockey, and so does Mr. Forney.
Yep.
I told you I'm not a huge hockey guy, but I'll respect it. Yep. Anything with you think we should talk about more?
No, I mean, I don't really do hockey, but I mean, let's see. I got DeJounte Murray broke his hand in the game opener on the Pelicans versus Bulls.
Oh, you're going back to basketball.
Basketball. I'm not a hockey guy. I mean, I got something about Lamar Jackson.
All right. Listen, guys, good job. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
We are going to put you on at 8:40 next week.
All right.
All right, so get ready. So that's a longer one, all right?
All right.
Tiger Talk, we're going to go live to the superintendent's spotlight up at Gas Electric. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Open house tonight, 6 to 7:30.